Look, we need to have a serious conversation. So I've been digging through the data, watching the flows, reading the contracts, and I think most people in this space are missing the forest for the trees. Everyone is obsessed over charts, the next pump, or whatever drama is trending on Twitter. Meanwhile, the financial architecture of the world is being dismantled and rebuilt in public, and we keep calling it the wrong name. We keep saying tokenization. CNBC says it, press releases say it. It sounds harmless, like a software update, but that word is a lullaby. It's designed to make you sleep through a revolution. What is actually happening is colonization, institutional colonization of public infrastructure. I'm talking about BlackRock. I'm talking about the death of the private blockchain fantasy. And I'm talking about how Ethereum, the cypherpunk escape hatch from the banking system, is being repurposed to become the banking system. For 10 years, every big bank, JP Morgan, Citibank, Wells Fargo, any bank that you could think of, hated public crypto. They poured billions into private blockchains, Hyperledger, Arthur Recorder, walled gardens with enterprise logos and great catering. They wanted the tech, not the people, the intranet, not the internet. They built those gardens and they withered because a ledger is only valuable if everyone is on it. If JP Morgan's token cannot talk to Goldman's token, it is not a network. It is a spreadsheet with a mascot. Fragmentation killed the dream. Liquidity stayed outside the gates. And that is where Larry Fink walks in. He looked at the wreckage and recognized what others would not admit. You cannot build your own playground. You have to go where the liquidity lives. The liquidity is on Ethereum. BlackRock launches Builder, BlackRock USD Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund. Boring name, surgical strategy. On paper, it is just a tokenized money market fund holding T-bills and cash-like instruments. Safe, dull, low drama, but the surface is a decoy. Builder is a Trojan horse, pristine collateral, US government debt, bridged directly onto Ethereum mainnet. And it does not crawl, it sprints. In 4 months, $500 million. By late 2025, $2.3 to $2.5 billion. In under 2 years, it swallowed 45% of the whole tokenized treasuries market. For BlackRock's $13 trillion empire, that is pocket change. But on-chain, that is a leviathan. It is a lighthouse to every risk committee. If BlackRock parts billions in a smart contract, the crypto is a scam. Narrative is over. The largest allocator on Earth just made Ethereum a compliant surface, but the mechanics are what matter. Builder is a ERC20. It fits into MetaMask, it connects to DeFi rails, it speaks the native language of Ethereum, but it is not like your degen token. The contract public ends in a AA2AEC implements a whitelist. You must be KYC AML approved by its Securitize to touch it, and the admin has forced transfer burn authority, what the industry calls God mode. Lost your keys, court order, sanction list, the issuer can move or burn units without your signature. Not your keys, not your coins, meets law is law. This is the blueprint, a permissioned overlay riding a permissionless base. Ethereum provides uptime, security, and settlement finality. The asset imposes compliance, reversibility, and control. That hybrid is exactly what unlocks institutional scale. And then there is the kicker, yield. Builder streams dividends, so holders earn the T-bill rate directly on-chain. Contrast that with USDC, you hold it, you earn 0%. The issuer earns the yield. With Builder, you earn. That single design choice rewires incentives across the stack. Why this? Why now? So why not just use a database? Why risk smart contracts? Because automatic settlement and composability and 24/7 markets create liquidity gravity. Once high-grade collateral exists on a shared ledger, every venue plugs into it to stay competitive. Post-Builder, you can post yielding collateral on Deribit, FalconX, centralized exchanges, and earn 4 to 5% while it margins your trades. Move $1 billion in 12 seconds, 24/7. You can swap to USDC near instantly via a smart contract liquidity facility when banking hours are closed. After you taste that, T plus 2 feels like dial-up internet. That is the golden handcuffs, not moral suasion, math. Leave the chain, lose the efficiency and the yield. Institutions get handcuffed to Ethereum by economics. Larry is not just entering a market, he is building the venue, anchoring the center of mass around compliant collateral that plugs into everything. Franklin Templeton actually launched first in 2021, but they birthed it on Stellar, Cheap, fast, yes, but low DeFi composability. You cannot be the base layer collateral of the internet if you're not sitting where the money Legos live. Even after expanding to EVM chains, they hover around $400 million, while Builder rockets past $2 billion. Payments does not equal collateral. BlackRock bet on collateral. Collateral won. Ondo Finance saw the writing and made the smart move. Do not fight the tide. Wrap it. They pipe build it into OUSG USDY. Distribute to a broader audience, help front end liquidity, and feed AUM back to BlackRock, which is B2B2C middleware. Result, which is faster adoption, more integrations, and deeper liquidity. Others, Superstate, etc., are racing to be crypto native but compliant alternatives, which is good because competition matters. But the standard is hardening around the BlackRock pattern: public-based permissioned asset, composable integrations, instant liquidity, yield pass-through. So here's the uncomfortable truth. We are getting two Ethereums on the same network. Pool A, permissionless, meme coins, perpetuals, experimented protocols, the open bazaar. Pool B is permissioned, whitelisted vaults, KYC'd wallets, compliant venues, the institutional arcade. Same layer 1 security, different access layers. Bridges between them will exist: wrappers, custodial pathways, permission pools on Aave, Morpho, Go modules, but capital will stratify. Clean money will orbit compliant pools. Everything else trades with a haircut. Cypherpunks won the technical argument. Shared public ledgers are superior, but the ethos, that's being rewritten in legal code, not solidity. Consultancies and banks are finally singing the same chorus. 2 trillions of real-world assets by 2028. Example stablecoins, high single-digit trillions by 2030, even $30 trillion by 2034 in some forecasts. If even the low end is right, today's crypto market is a rounding error. We're not just onboarding some assets, we're replatforming collateral, custody, and settlement. And because liquidity gravity compounds, the first standard to reach escape velocity tends to set the rules. Right now, that standard looks like Ethereum base: permissioned overlays, instant redemption rails, DeFi composability, centralized exchange margin acceptance, on-chain yield. Builder checks every box. If you're a builder, the money is forming around compliant composability, permission pools, KYC-aware routers, ZK-proofed privacy for institutional order flow, treasury-friendly wallets, permissioned automatic market makers, Oracle attestation services for clean room collateral. Make plug-and-play for risk committees. If it reduces operational, regulatory, or counterparty friction by 10%, you have a business. If you're a trader or a market maker, your idle margin should earn. If your venue supports Builder or Wrapper as collateral, you gain basis points, your competitors don't. If it doesn't, ask why you're paying the opportunity cost. Build playbooks around atomic portfolio moves, borrow here, margin there, rest yield in between, one flow, one block. So, Builder made treasury yields composable. Composability made collateral mobile. Mobile collateral made instant yielding settlement the new baseline. Once you live there, you don't move back. That is the golden handcuff. So BlackRock did not kill Ethereum actually, they colonized it. They accepted the base layer's sovereignty and imposed their own at the asset layer. And because it pays, everyone else will follow. So when people ask, is crypto dead? I tell them no. Crypto just got a job. It put on a suit, shaved, and now works the night shift moving trillions. The dream of separating money and state is on life support. The technology, undefeated. The banks capitulated to the shared ledger. They are just writing the house rules inside of it. So, the bottom line is we are marching quietly, efficiently toward a unified ledger. Public rails, gated carriages. If you only look at price charts, you will miss the migration. If you only look at ideology, you will miss the incentives. Do not fight a war that ended 2 years ago. Stop asking whether institutions will adopt public chains. They already did. Ask where the choke points will be, who runs them, and how you can extract, protect, or route around that power. Follow the flows. Watch the collateral, not the headlines. Because the next cycle's winner will not just pick good tokens, they will plug into the BlackRock pattern or build the rails it still lacks. Crypto did not die. It became critical infrastructure. And whether you like that or hate it, you have a choice. You either get positioned or get permissioned. So follow the equality and don't ignore the flows. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And if you enjoyed that, just leave a comment. Let me know. I am getting back to doing this 24/7. So I'm always going to be uploading videos, and I really need your support, to keep me motivated and to just, come along the journey with me. And whether we have like 10 viewers or 100,000 viewers, it doesn't matter to me because I want to take this for the long haul. So if you enjoyed it, just leave a comment below and let me know. All right, see you. Peace. This is Alpha Llama signing off.